Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just bringing to you another MLM fails video. I had a few clips that I didn't react to in the last one that I still wanted to include in a video. So that's what we're doing today. And if you haven't seen the last one, I will link it down below as well as in the cards just in case you want to see it, although it doesn't matter what you watch first. And I'm just going to pop my Instagram up on the screen. You can go ahead and follow me over there if you want to connect, as well as if you ever want to send me any clips that you might have come across that you want me to react to on my channel. With that being said, hit that subscribe down below if you want to see more of my posts, and we will just get right into it.
I'm feeling extremely emotional today. I'm feeling extremely grateful. I'm feeling that I'm on the brink of my life in the way that it's supposed to be. And I think I'm just feeling overwhelmed with gratitude that God gave me this gift of freaking shampoo. And some of you might think I'm fucking crazy, but honestly, I think you're crazy for working a 9-to-5 job and putting your kids in daycare. I'm not judging you any one bit. Everyone leads the life that they want, right? But I'm not crazy to think that I don't want to be extremely emotional today.
I'm not judging you, but I can't believe that you would put your kids in daycare and still work your job. Oh, but I'm not judging. Kind of sounds like you are, but we will move on.
It's October 30th. Tomorrow's Halloween. Then it's November, Turkey Day. And all of a sudden you're going to blink your eyes and it's going to be Christmas Day. And then it's going to be 2021. Are you happy with the way that your life looks right now? Are you happy with your life looking the same for the next 30 years? If someone handed you a winning lottery ticket, but they said that you would have to work for it a little bit, and it would either take you less than 6 months or more than 6 months or a year or 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but at the end of that time that you would have financial freedom, time freedom, trips with your family, more time with your family, friends, whatever you trips with your family, more time with your family, friends, whatever you want. Because I know how grateful I am for my life and how blessed we are. But it doesn't mean that I don't want more. And that's why I'm doing this damn shampoo thing. Because the comp plan is amazing. The best in the books. Because the products actually freaking work. #1 in premium hair care. With skincare and wellness right down behind it. Because our gratitude department teaches me things every day to be grateful for. Because the self-growth and the leadership training and the camaraderie between men and women who literally just build each other up all the time.
Okay, before we move on to the last part of that clip, I just have to touch on a little bit of what she said there. So, I mean, first of all, yeah, obviously she is actually judging people. Sorry if I keep looking outside, it's snowing and I'm very enthused. I love the snow. But I will try not to do that because I know it's probably like confusing when I'm looking past the camera. Anyways, so I just want to touch on something she said. There's one last little slide of this video. But I found it, first of all, really interesting that she's saying she's not trying to judge, but then she's like, well, think about you working your 9-to-5. Are you going to be happy and it's going to be the same thing for 30 more years? When realistically, first of all, it might not be. You could be promoted, like she's saying, within 6 months, within a year, 2 years, 3 years, etc. You can move positions, you can change job anytime you want. You're never stuck with anything. I find it really annoying that she's very much judging, and this is such a common thing we see with MLMs where they judge the absolute crap out of people who are in regular jobs and assume that no one in a regular job can be happy doing that. When I know tons of people who are super fulfilled and happy with their jobs. We see MLMers all the time where they're going through something really hard, like losing a family member, losing a pet, anything like that. and they're still trying to recruit to their team. They're still talking about, one slide they're talking about their grandma who passed away, and then the next slide they're recruiting you to join their group. Just like we saw in Kiki Chanel's video. If you didn't watch that one, I highly recommend it. It was absolutely mind-blowing. But there's a lot to really appreciate in a 9-to-5 job that you don't get if you work your own business or if you're in an MLM or anything like that. And the fact that they talk down on it so much is really just not a good look. And then also, I hate to say it, but like this kind of seems like crocodile tears, her being like, I'm so thankful for our gratitude department that teaches me every day things to be thankful for. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't need a department to tell you what you're thankful for in your life. I don't mean to sound rude saying that or anything, but you don't need a gratitude department to tell you to be thankful for what you have. I'm sorry. And if you do, then that's on you. Anyway, so we'll get into the last clip now.
Because I want to give my son the life that he damn well deserves. Because I want to buy a house. And I want to have fun toys like a boat and an ATV. I want to be able to go see my family whenever I want. I want to be able to jump on a plane and go wherever I want, whenever I want. And I think most importantly, I just really want to be able to help other people. Whether it's with their income, or their confidence, or their self-development, or if it's just to share Caden's story and help someone else, like I needed it when Brandy shared it with me. This company can give all of that to me, to my family, and I can help you and the company, and you can help you. This can be an opportunity for you too. But you have to stop being fearful of judgment.
Okay, so that was interesting to say the least. I found it a little bit weird how like 1 minute she was crying, like almost it seemed like kind of fake tears, and then all of a sudden she's aggressively saying that she wants a boat and an ATV and a house, and then all of a sudden she's crying again about how she wants to help people. Like, I don't know. Did that seem weird to you guys? Like, let me know down below. Like, I don't know. It just seemed kind of strange to me. But again, obviously we see this theme of her saying, oh, well, I want to get a boat and a house and I want all this for myself and I'm going to get it through this company and I can help people and you can help yourself with this company. But it's like she's saying all the things she wants, and then in the same time she's saying that she can help other people when she hasn't even gotten to where she wants to be yet. So that's one thing that's very key with MLMs, I find, and as well as something that you guys brought up in the comments of my last video that I really love that you guys said, and it's such a good point. A few of you mentioned that with these MLMers too, a lot of them are always sharing someone else's story, and that's something that I've kind of noticed but never really thought about until you guys actually brought it up, so thank you for that. It's so true that they're always saying, oh, you know, like in the last story, this same girl said that one of her teammates chose not to pay a bill so that she could join the business. That's not her story. She's sharing someone else's. Or they'll say, oh, my upline's doing really amazing. My upline got this. My upline's getting this. My upline's gonna do this. My upline told me of her friend who did this. It's never their story. So they're speaking about these things happening for them, but it's not happening for them. It's happening for someone else. And that's kind of ties into what she's doing here, where she's saying, I want to have a boat, I want to have a house, I want to have an ATV, I want to have time with my family, I want to hop on a flight wherever, and I can help you do that. But she hasn't done it yet. So why should you believe that she can help you do that when she isn't there yet? She's still working her regular job. She's still dreaming of having these things. And well, yes, have goals. I'm never going to say don't have goals, don't strive for anything. Like, I'm never going to say that you can't help people along the way or share your journey towards your goals, because that's just not true. Like, you should have goals and you can definitely share you reaching towards them if that's something that you want to do. But at the same time, with a lot of these MLMers, they want to convince you to sign up, and they're signing you up telling you that they can get you all these things, but they don't have it yet. So why should we believe it? You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. It's a little bit weird to explain it, but yeah, I just think that it's so strange how they're all convincing people that they can help them get things that they don't even have, if that makes sense. I digress. Moving on.
I'm going to do my Tuesday workout today just because I'm moving my calendar around a bit this week. But I want to encourage you to do something really important for me. I want to challenge you to throw away your Halloween candy. Like, if you're watching this probably early in the morning, just throw it out. I'd love for you to tag me if you do throw it out, so that I could reshare it to encourage other women to throw away their Halloween candy too. Because there's so many other things that we can enjoy throughout November without candy. That stuff is just, I think I heard that a handful or like a serving of candy corn was equal to 280 burpees, and that like kind of did it for me. So I had my piece or two or three yesterday. It's over now. Throw away the candy and tag me. I want to see it.
The mentality behind it is pretty awful. So first of all, you don't have to think about what workout you have to do to burn the food that you're eating. If you look at a plate of your dinner, if you prepare yourself a healthy dinner, you've maybe got some chicken breasts, some vegetables, some carbs like a rice or something like that. If that has say 400 or 500 calories in it, it's going to equal more burpees than the candy corn. Does that mean that you shouldn't eat your healthy dinner that you've made because you're equating it to exercise that you have to do? No. And also, just this idea that you have to throw it out and that, oh, it's so bad of you to have that candy. There's other things you can enjoy in November without that, so throw it all away. Wasteful as heck. For what? But to suggest that people need to just throw away all their candy and that they should like feel guilty if they indulge in some leftover Halloween candy is absolutely wrong. And it just kind of ties into this toxic diet culture mentality that like anything unhealthy, even just a little treat, is inherently bad when it's not. Life is lived to, like, we have such a short time here. We have such a short time on this earth. If you want to enjoy a chocolate bar or some candy corn, do it. The comments on that post are really funny too. So one person said, I say people tag her in videos of them eating their Halloween candy instead. Yes, 100%. If you know her definitely do that. And then someone else said, I threw mine away, threw it right down my gullet. I love that. Me too. Like, my boyfriend and I were just talking about how we want to go out and get some like discount Halloween candy, whatever's left. Sorry, the snow is so pretty right now. I have to show you guys. Okay, camera doesn't really do it justice. You can't really see it, but the flakes are like big. I don't know if you can even really see that, but looks really pretty. I just wanted to show you guys so that you would understand. I don't know if you guys love winter. Comment down below if you like the snow or hate it, if you even get snow where you live, but I freaking love it. Winter is probably, I don't know, winter and fall are kind of tied, but I almost think I like winter the most of all the seasons, which is kind of backwards. Most people like summer the best and kind of hate winter, but anyways, moving right along so we can get into the next video.
Least expensive idea of them all. It's got a little bit of a sense of humor to it, so get your sense of humor hat on because I think it's super funny. But before I share with you that idea, I have 10. This last holiday idea that I came up with is I thought sometimes when you're in a bit of a tizzy with the holidays and stuff, you just need a really, really good laugh. I thought somebody delivered me a catalog with a tacky piece of, I mean, this is definitely extra because it's not only Christmas, but it's St. Patty's, it's not only tinsel, but it's St. Patty's Day tinsel for the extra Griswold effect. And the graphic that I stapled to a catalog with that says, holiday shopping list. Tinsel, number 1, tinsel, number 2, eggnog, and number 3, Prozac. Then it says, I can help you with the 3rd plunger design. I thought, write a little cute note on that.
I know I've got a couple friends that would go, she's hysterical, but sometimes gals just need a good laugh.
Least expensive idea of them all.
Okay, I'm sorry about like the audio on that one. I don't know if that was a filter that the Hun put on herself or if it was like the Instagram accounts that I found it shared from, but I couldn't find a video without that like chipmunk voice, which is fine, we can get the point, but it's what's on the note. So it says tinsel, eggnog, and Prozac. I can help you with the last one, plunder. First of all, I don't think that joking about like mental illness is really funny. I suffer anxiety personally, diagnosed anxiety, and I don't really find it that hilarious to be like, oh, haha, I can help you with your Prozac, whatever. I just looked into it. I didn't really know what plunder was. Like, I'd heard the name, but I didn't really know. And it's like a jewelry company, so maybe I'm just kind of missing the joke. But I don't think that the jewelry is really gonna help me personally with like anxiety or anything like that. So I don't know if I'm just not getting it, but I just don't really find it that funny. Yeah, so that's what someone else commented too. But she sells jewelry. How is she able to provide Prozac? I'd like to know that too. It doesn't make sense, first of all. The joke just, it doesn't translate very well. Like, the joke just doesn't make sense. Not only is it not really an appropriate joke, but it just isn't really funny. Like there's just no punchline, there's no wit to it, like it just doesn't correlate. But then also to kind of make light of mental illness, especially like anxiety. Usually Prozac is for like an antidepressant or an anxiety med. So to kind of like make fun of that and suggest that, oh, you know, just do your Christmas shopping with plunder and your anxiety will be cured. Unfortunately, it is not that easy. I wish it was, but it's just not. So minimizing mental illness down to like boiling it down to something so surface level is not really cool in my opinion. We see a lot of that online, but honestly just poor taste all around, just not a good joke. So the next video is from an Instagram reel. I'll put the video up quickly. There's gonna be no sound, so I apologize for that, but it is a very short video just because of copyright issues. They're using like copyrighted music in the reel. But it's just them like cheersing, going out and buying jewelry, it looks like. Oh, and Louis Vuitton. Okay, so they're showing off their brunch, it looks like, and buying jewelry and fancy bags. And then the caption of the reel says, I love spoiling my besties for their hard ass work. 2% achieve the VP title, not because it's impossible, but because it takes consistency and dedication. Choose your hard fam. What? Choose your hard fam? I don't really know what that means. Working 40 to 60 hours a week for 50 years is hard. Building a business from the ground up is also hard, but I'd rather this any day. Thank God for these girly pops who every day choose this hard with me. That sounds so weird. Like, I'm sorry, but that, I don't know if it's just my mind that's in the gutter, but saying that just sounds very odd to me. Stop acting like the 99%, mimic the 1%, and your world can change more than you know. And then it says at the bottom, they have the disclosure after a few little dots. So if you don't know what that means, which I have it up on the screen here, but those two little periods are to break it up. But that usually makes it so you have to click see more to see the rest of it. So a lot of people will do that with their hashtags just so that their like post doesn't look all cluttered. And then it says earnings.arbonne.com, results are typical, everyone's journey is beautifully unique. That's a nice way to put that. Most people lose money and completely fail out of the MLM. But this is, first of all, like a massive lifestyle claim, but also definitely a major example of love bombing. So her showing her, like showering her downline with like gifts and taking them out for brunch, really making them feel super, super special. So I can guarantee you none of these people would ever leave her downline, because why would you when you think that you can get like free breakfast and drinks and purses and jewelry? So why would you leave, right? And it makes you feel so special, like you're being rewarded for doing the right thing. So by like working your ass off, selling, getting as many people signed up so that the upline can rank up, and she's rewarding you for that. So very much like that positive reinforcement. And I, again, love the comments. I love to read the comments on these posts because everyone says some really great information. But this one says, I know she isn't trying to sell me she built a business from the ground up. I think she meant she's been scamming people from her starter kit forward. Exactly. You cannot succeed in an MLM without having people under you who are failing. That is just a fact, because the bottom line, which is the biggest in the pyramid, is people who are struggling and who are just buying in and basically paying your paycheck and not making anything in return. That's why, as she said, that there's 2% on the top. 2% of people achieve that level of success, and that's because there's people underneath of them who are not able to reach that point. I just want to read you a little bit of information from this. So it says, they lavish you with gifts. Love bombing often involves over-the-top gestures, such as sending you inappropriate gifts to your job, dozens of bouquets instead of one, for example, or buying expensive plane tickets for a vacation and not taking no for an answer. All of this can seem harmless enough, but the point is to manipulate you into thinking you owe them something. So just to put that into perspective, imagine if you were in your MLM. Hopefully at this point you wouldn't be, and you've either been in one and quit, or you just never signed up for one because you realized it was a bad idea. But let's say you're in an MLM and you know, you're working pretty hard, you are messaging tons of people, and you've finally been able to get a couple of people to sign up. Your upline is treating you to brunch and she buys you a ring or a Louis Vuitton bag like we see in this video. Now imagine if a few months go by and you're not really making any money at all, or you start to be at the point where you're losing money. And imagine telling them that you want to quit after they bought you that, even though they didn't buy it for you, telling you, oh, if I buy you this, you have to stay in. But you would feel like you owe it to them to stay in, even though it doesn't make sense for you anymore. Because imagine quitting after someone does that. Like, it would be so awkward and uncomfortable, and you would feel like you used them even though you didn't intend to, and even though you didn't tell them to buy you that gift. You would feel like you used them. So this is a really big tactic for getting people to stay in. I did talk about that a lot as well in my video, kind of comparing MLMs and cults, just because it's a common tactic in cult as well, this like positive reinforcement. So if you want more information on that one, definitely check that video out. Again, that will also be linked down below and up in the cards. But yeah, we can move on to the next one, but I just thought that was a really important thing to bring up just because it is something we see a lot. It's not always to this extent, obviously, but even them, like, I remember when I was in Beachbody, my upline would, for like the top couple of people, like she would pay for a hotel or like an Airbnb type of house for everyone to stay in for a week to like treat her top coaches. You still have to pay for your flight there, but still, even like the cost of an Airbnb is pretty expensive to buy for a group of people. So now we're moving on again to a little bit more lighthearted of a video where we have some Monate Huns back doing their science experiments. So let's look at that. So she takes the Monate product, it looks like the hair protector, rubs it all over half of a piece of toast, and then proceeds to put the piece of toast in her toaster, which, like, congratulations, now there's hair product inside of your toaster. And then obviously the side where she didn't put it on is toasted, and the side that she did put it on is blank, or is like untoasted bread. So first of all, that's just like, it kind of made me laugh when I saw that one, because I'm like, you're really putting hair product inside of your toaster just to prove what point? Because first of all, my hair and bread aren't really at all comparable in the sense of like they're two completely different materials. But also, great, now you just have to clean out your toaster because there's hair product in it, and next time you use it, if you put your bagel in there next, like tomorrow morning, you're gonna have hair product on your bagel. Other people were commenting, I'm not gonna try this obviously because I'm not trying to burn my house down or break my toaster. But some people were saying, could you do this with any other liquid? And someone was like, LOL, yes. I was just thinking that it's just because they dampened that side. And then someone else said, but that's what happens when you put butter on first, further proving that half of their products they charge $80+ for are just butter. Then someone else was like, but their products don't coat your hair with oils and gross stuff like other products do. So yeah, again, I'm not gonna try that just because I was actually Googling just to kind of try to verify that, what happens when you put buttered bread in the toaster. And a bunch of articles were saying like, don't do it because it's a fire risk, which does make sense. So I was like, I could try it, but I'm just not willing to. I'll take her word for it that really any liquid would do that. So it's just coating the bread so that the like toastiness doesn't get in. Obviously, I'm not scientific at all either. Okay, moving on to the next one here, which is an IGTV.
Hello, I wanted to share today just a little bit about nutritional cleansing. You might have heard nutritional rebalancing, you might have heard cellular cleansing. So there's a lot of words that we use as to what cellular cleansing is, and I'm actually doing one today, and I've been talking a lot about it. So I wanted to come on here and just kind of share why everybody should be nutritional cleansing. So whether...
Okay, first of all, I'm sorry, we are literally like not even a minute into this clip, but I just have to comment on that because right before I even listened to this, the only thing that I can think of in my head when I hear her saying that she wants to do cellular cleansing or nutritional cleansing, you cannot cleanse your body through diet. You can't. There is absolutely zero evidence to suggest that eating or drinking a specific type of food will cleanse your body. It doesn't happen. If you have a functioning liver, your body is already detoxing itself. You can't eat or drink anything that will detox your body or cleanse your cells or cleanse your body, period. It just doesn't happen.
You are a super fit person with like 0% body fat, or maybe you're a really great athlete, or maybe you're somebody who was like me and you were pretty thin but you always had really low energy, or maybe you were experiencing like physical discomfort. Maybe you're somebody that has been yo-yo dieting your whole life and you have never really been able to find like a sustainable way to keep the weight off. And so I wanted to share why cellular cleansing. And so there's a lot of stories involved with it, but there was a study done back in 2004 where scientists pulled blood from the umbilical cords of these newborn babies. And they found an average of 200 industrial chemicals and pollutants in these umbilical cords. And it wasn't that long ago, guys. Like, think about how much worse the world has gotten in terms of toxins just in the last 20 years. So we are literally born into toxicity. It's not something we can escape and go to an island to. Like, we are truly surrounded by toxins. I'm currently in Taiwan here, and there is tons of air pollution here. You see the airplanes fly over. There's, cars everywhere giving off pollution. We put on makeup that has dangerous chemicals in it. We eat foods that have, processed chemicals in them. So it's not something we can really avoid very easily, regardless of whether you grow your own food, you live on a private island, and you're off in your own little world. Even the rugs and the mattresses that we sleep on are coated with flame retardant. This is not easy stuff to absorb, mentally, but our bodies do. And so that's kind of where we start to see the issue of toxicity. And, the reason why we see problems like fatigue and weight gain and bloating is not because, you might be eating all the right foods. It's just because our body is doing what it's supposed to do. It's coating and protecting ourselves from these toxins that we experience. So what happens when our body encounters a toxin, it takes a little bit of water and a little bit of fat, and it coats that toxin. And, that's what it does for each cell. And so you can think, maybe for like 1 or 2 cells, that's not going to make a huge difference. But let's think about, what if you were constantly exposed to toxins? What if you were constantly eating foods that had tons of processed chemicals in them? You can start to see that, this no longer becomes it's no longer a little thing. This is now systemic. It's all over your body. And so that's really the issue that I like to target with so many of my teammates and my clients is, we're not really looking at, weight loss. We're looking at toxin removal in a very gentle way. And so, it's not just weight gain. People like me, I used to be tired all the time. I used to be fatigued. I used to have lots of bloating in my face and inflammation in my face and on my sides. I wasn't able to hold on to lean muscle tissue very well. And I have friends that, were yo-yo dieting. They would go on a traditional diet, which, is technically starvation. So what happens when we go on a typical diet, and why we coach nutritional cleansing versus yo-yo dieting, is when you go into starvation mode. So let's say, you try to diet, the cabbage leaf diet or maple syrup and lemon juice diet. What happens when you start to starve your body is your body, one, starts to send off these alarm signals that's saying, okay, we're not getting that many calories, but we're definitely not getting enough nutrients. We're in starvation mode. So your body starts to freak out. And what happens in starvation mode is your body actually holds on to everything, including toxins, including fat, including water, because your body is starving, literally. So it's going to hold on to anything it can get. So you may not really lose the weight. You may, and sometimes it might release a little bit of weight, but what happens is your body will actually first take from your muscles than the fat when it's in starvation mode. So you might go on a scale after your yo-yo diet and be like, oh my gosh, I lost 5 pounds. But you're looking in the mirror and you don't feel like you've lost 10 pounds. You don't look like you've lost 5 pounds. And that's because we've taken away from the muscle. And so then you go back to your normal way of living and you've gained back the weight because, you're no longer doing that crazy thing. And you might even gain some more just to replenish what your body has already gotten rid of. It's gotten rid of muscle, right? And that's not what we want. So what cellular cleansing is, it allows your body to get everything that it needs. And so this is powerful, herbal, ancient plants. We are literally fueling and filling the body with everything that it needs so that it doesn't have to go into starvation mode. But we're also allowing those toxins to gently be pulled out from each of those cells. And when we start to, because our bodies weren't designed to be constantly bombarded with toxins, maybe every once in a while, but we're not designed to do this every single day, every hour of the day, even consuming them constantly. So what this allows our body to do is to gently release these toxins over time through cellular cleansing, through nutritional cleansing, through just eating the right foods. And so then our body starts to return to its normal state, to its state of alkaline state. You guys have probably heard that. Cancer cannot grow in an alkaline body. We want our body pH to be more alkaline rather than acidic.
Okay, just a quick pause. I thought I was gonna make it to the end of this, but how about let's not say that people can't get cancer if they're following this detox plan. I know that's not exactly what she said, but it is kind of implied that by drinking this drink and by following her set of recommendations that you can detox your body into an alkaline state and that cancer cannot then grow, because that just seems like really harmful advice. Obviously no one's gonna think like, oh, well now I'm immune, probably, but just in case, that's just not how that works.
Most of the foods that we eat, especially soda, are acidic. So we want our body in a nice homeostatic alkaline state. And that's what we're able to do through nutritional cleansing. And that's why when we put people on our system, we start to see fat come off right away. We start to see energy come back. We start to see vibrance come back. We start to see muscle building happening. And you don't typically see that on a diet. And that's because usually on a diet, you're not getting the right kinds of things. Here, we allow your body to really get exactly what it needs so that everything that's bad comes out and then everything that's good goes in. And so it doesn't matter whether you're an athlete and you have no body fat to lose, or whether you're somebody who's looking to lose, you know, a few pounds and inches, or maybe you were like me and you just want more energy. You just want to feel good. You want to be vibrant. You don't want this brain fog in your head anymore. Nutritional cleansing, cellular cleansing is such a good place to start. I didn't mean for this video to go very long, but I hope that you guys learned something today about cellular cleansing. And if you have any questions at all on...
Okay, so I just wanted to touch on some of my research. I will have this linked down below. It's a Harvard Health article, so something I definitely trust a little bit more than an MLM Hun's explanation. So I'm gonna read just two parts of this. So first of all, it says, what is detox? Before it was co-opted in the recent craze, the word detox referred chiefly to a medical procedure that rids the bodies of dangerous, often life-threatening levels of alcohol, drugs, or poison. Patients undergoing medical detoxification are usually treated in hospitals or clinics. The treatment generally involves the use of drugs and other therapies in a combination that depends on the type and severity of the toxicity. The detox programs now being promoted to the health-conscious public are a different matter. These are largely do-it-yourself procedures aimed at eliminating the alleged toxins that are held responsible for a variety of symptoms, including headache, bloating, joint pain, fatigue, depression. Detox products are not available by prescription. They're sold in retail stores, at spas, over the internet, and by direct mail. Many are advertised as useful for detoxing specific organs or systems. Others are portrayed as whole-body cleansers. Here's a review of some of the most widely promoted procedures and products. Now, I'm not going to get into the review, obviously, because they're not reviewing specifically MLM products, but they kind of give you an idea of like just the different types of cleanses that people are offering. And then at the very bottom, it says the bottom line. The human body can defend itself very well against most environmental insults, and the effects of occasional indulgence see the body's own detox system. If you're generally healthy, concentrate on giving your body what it needs to maintain its robust self-cleaning system, a healthful diet, adequate fluid intake, regular exercise, sufficient sleep, and all recommended medical checkups. If you experience fatigue, pallor, unexplained weight gain or loss, changes in bowel function, or breathing difficulties that persist for days or weeks, visit your doctor instead of a detox spa. Exactly. Because when has anyone ever gone to a doctor for any of those issues, bloating, weight gain, unable to lose weight, and they say, oh, here's a detox drink for you? That doesn't happen. That kind of disproves it right there. And that article is something I found out when I looked up what is cellular nutritional cleansing. The first article was from Isogenics, which is an MLM, and then I found this one when I started looking for like credible sources that I at least somewhat recognized. So that's a big one. First of all, is that, again, like I said in the beginning, you cannot detox through food. You cannot detox by drinking a specific drink. Someone else commented, a lot of toxins which cannot be broken down by metabolism in less toxic compounds and sent out of the body, so with urine, feces, even through respiratory system, usually get allocated in hair, nails, and fat to avoid us being damaged. So don't worry, hun, even oxygen itself can kill us yet here we are. Which I love that. I'm gonna leave it at that one. Obviously the detox stuff is BS. Please don't fall for it. I'm sure you guys wouldn't, but I put these videos out also to like educate and inform, so you know what to look out for. If someone tries to shill you a detox drink saying that it'll help you lose weight, let them know that your kidney is fine, and if it's not, you will consult a doctor, not a detox drink. Okay, and now I'm just gonna play for you guys the last clip. I'll pop it up on the screen here and we'll react, as one does in these type of videos.
Okay, so I need this to speak to somebody today because I just need to share this. I see so many podcasts and posts and people just bashing MLMs. And this isn't even about MLMs, but it's about the idea behind something just not working. And let's be real, if something's not working for you, it might be you. Let's just put that out there. If something's not working, it might be you. And I know that probably is hard for some people to hear. But if you're trying to run a business, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, if you're trying to get a promotion in your job, if you're trying to start something new, if you're trying to change your lifestyle, if you're trying to do anything and you don't put a solid effort behind it, if you don't show up every day to reach that goal or to put yourself in the potential to reach that goal, it's never going to happen. The only time that I ever see my business slacking, my nutrition slacking, whatever that might be, it's not based on that thing. It's not based on my nutrition is failing me. I'm failing myself. I'm failing my nutrition. If my business is not what I am expecting it to be, it's not because of the business. It's because of me. So if you are trying to do something today or tomorrow or this year and you're simply, feeling that it's not working, just hold here and remind yourself, you are the one doing the thing, and if you're not putting an effort towards it, it's probably you that's causing it to fail or not propel. So, just a little glimpse out there today, because I just keep hearing so much about, MLMs and blah, 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 how they don't work. Yeah, they may not work, but it's not because of the business or the MLM. It's because of the person that is doing it. So, just sharing that today. Happy Sunday. Just remind yourself, if you have any sort of goal, if you're trying to accomplish something, whatever it might be, you have to show up. Only you can make that change. Only you can make yourself successful. Only you can put that effort behind yourself. So if you're not showing up and if you're not doing the deed every single day, that's why.
First of all, her comparing an MLM with a 99% fail rate, basically. Like 99% of people in MLMs do not make it past the first tier of either losing money or just barely making like $100 in a year. So what other endeavor can you go on that has a 99% fail rate? Like, it just doesn't happen. So she's talking about, if you're setting your goals and not doing them, then it's you're the reason why it's not working out. And then she compares it to like dieting and eating your healthy foods, working out to lose weight or to get fit, whatever you are doing that for, whatever goal you want to reach with that. But let's say my goal is to lose weight. And I decide that from this day forward, I'm going to be eating healthy and I'm going to be, working out. Maybe let's say I set a goal of 5 times a week. So I'm super ambitious. I'm eating healthy. I'm doing what I can to reach my goal. I'm working out, and then I slip up for a day and I eat tons of junk food, which is fine. That's not a mistake. That doesn't matter. But let's say I do that and then I'm slower at reaching my goal. I'm still going to reach my goal. There's not a 1% chance that I will get healthier or be able to become more fit through eating healthy and working out. If there was, I probably wouldn't bother. If there's like a 1% chance of me being able to do something, why would you bother? And how many months do you want to lose money over and over, every month after month, losing money to maybe succeed in your MLM? It's just like a classic victim blaming tactic where they want to say that if you fail the MLM, it's you, the MLM's not failing you, when it is the opposite, because anything with a 99% fail rate and a 1% success rate is failing you. You aren't failing it. And I will say, like, I do agree with the sentiment that like you are ultimately in control of what you do. So if you set a goal, it's up to you to take the steps to achieve it, no matter what that goal is. Even if it's something really small or like a huge goal, you do have to do things to reach the goal. You can't just write it down on paper and say, I'm gonna do that, and then never work towards it and expect it to come true. But someone made a comment saying, maybe she's right, maybe you did fail yourself by not choosing the right opportunities. Maybe you are the one who didn't do their homework before investing time, energy, and money into something. At the end of the day, there are people out there who want to take advantage of you, and you should always be wary of honeyed words. In my opinion though, these companies are smart, deceptive, and I don't entirely blame the victims. Sadly, we oftentimes have to bear the responsibility of our actions whether we were deceived or not. And ANTIMLM Scam, which is the Instagram account that I got this from, replied, yes, it's important to do research before joining. I personally have not been in an MLM. These people pushing vulnerable people to not think about it and just say yes, which is so true. So people, this is why they push you to not think about it, because once you're signed up, then if it doesn't work, they can say, oh, well, you signed up, you wanted to do this, and look, you're not doing it. When no, the business is not set up for you to be successful. All right, well, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed the clips that I reacted to. Let me know down below what you thought of those clips or which one stuck out to you the most. I'd love to hear your feedback and thoughts. Once again, popping my Instagram up on the screen here if you want to connect with me over there, or if you ever have a clip that you would like to see featured in one of these videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe down below so that you can watch my videos as they come out. With all that being said, I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.